Evening. Welcome to Eagle Eye Football again, and this is the West Ham preview. First things first, Dan, can you hear me all right?
Yep, can hear you well, can hear you nice and clearly.
Appreciate. Just gonna bring Jordan. Yes, George. I see you got your
Eagle-eyed pizza.
I see you got your munchies there. You know, feel free to eat. You know.
I'm eating. Yes.
How you doing, Dan? And first and foremost, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, no problem, man. I'm doing well, doing a lot better after the Watford game. I was getting a bit fed up with football, and then we got a nice big win, so I'm feeling a bit better now.
Thank you for battering them. Now I hope you've got all your goals out the way, because you need to not score on Saturday.
I'm hoping it was just giving us the taste, giving us the warm up for the goals. So let's see.
Ooh. We'll crack right on. First thing first, what I'm going to do is, guys, for those who haven't ever heard of the channel 12 Man Talks, he's an he does animation and stuff, predominantly Man United content and stuff. But he started doing his own merch, and I just reached out, I was like, oh, would you do Palace merch? And he was like, yeah, let me know what kind of players you want and such. So I got the mug, but obviously you got to pour some hot water on it first and stuff. So before that, I'm just gonna play a little clip, kind of get an idea of what he does, and I've put his links in the description of this show as well.
Will Wilf ever grow up? How can a man always get rattled? Huh? Man got cheesed by Davinson Sanchez. The same Davinson Sanchez that gets cheesed by his own feet twice. Are you mad? And then he throws another tantrum right before he goes to the ref and tries to do a shaggy. But you tripped him while he was running. It wasn't me. Then you pushed him because he was cunning. It wasn't me. You're always whining and moaning. It wasn't me. Brother, why you always zoning? Oh, Zaha, can't you just play football and keep your emotions in check? Bundy yapping, just get tick clapping, just show us some tech. 29 and you're still crying for every single little foul. All this time, all this acting tough, but you're wetter than a used up towel. Oh, you went and got a red card against the Spurs. You bombastic foolish. It hurts because I don't like to see Palace lose. This is the only team in the league with a black manager. They play ball and have enough young black ballers. Zaha's supposed to be guided.
And that's just a snippet of what he can do. Like I said, it's predominantly Man United content and stuff, but he does have a little stream called Upwatch, where he covers the top 6 teams. So West Ham might have a feature on that actual specific one as well, actually, to be fair.
Listen, we're up there. I've been getting invited on these top 6, big 6 programs these days. We're kind of on the cusp, so yeah. Hopefully, we get covered.
You're a big deal then. You're a big deal.
Yeah, we're trying.
So to obviously just give a bit of context, he, like I said, he's created his own merchandise, and I did ask him if he's gonna, when you pour the hot water in, it starts. I've got to be very careful I don't spill this on the lappy and such. Yeah. So we've got Edward. He animates this himself. Wilf, PV. As a can't even see Gallagher because of the light. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Gallagher, and I went for Elise and Aziz there. So you can kind of just ask him which players you want and stuff, and he'll get it done for you, animated and sent over. So, and that's 12 Man Talks on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter. So definitely give him a follow. Let's just go into the chat before we get into the main business. Big up Jay. Oh, it's Louis for first this time. Sorry, my bad. Louis is first. Big up to you. And then Jay. Good evening, Luke. Louis got a Palace shirt with Gallagher at the back.
Ooh.
So if he leaves, it's memories. Yeah, but we don't want him to go though. You're going to be crying into that top. Huge. 2 weeks, I would even say, huge.
The games are just huge in general, right?
Massive games.
I'm still here. I just noticed my camera battery was low, so I plugged this in, and now it's giving me this screen. So
all good. Don't worry about it. Big up Neil as always. Yes, Tariq. Big up to you. Well, that's mad. I was just watching Back in the actually, I was watching that earlier on as well. So Dan, big up to you on Back in the Nest as well. So
I know I'm doing the rounds today. I'm doing the rounds.
putting in work. To be fair, I'm gonna jump on Dan's channel straight after this as well. So really appreciate the invite as well. Everything all right at home, George?
Nice camera setup. I might have to go to my phone and then let this charge. That's annoying. That is annoying.
No,
but yeah, I'm still here anyway. I'm just trying to
no problems.
For some reason, it's going into storage mode. But yeah, no, I'm here anyway. But worst case scenario, I'll just switch to my phone camera.
Big up to Tariq, he's saying big up to everyone. No, he's asking if it was a leather belt.
Where? I haven't seen no belt.
Ooh, interesting take from Michael the Scrub Tarlin. Probably the best time for us to play these lot.
Interesting.
Very interesting, which we'll get into. Big RJ. Never fallen in love with a lone player. Just ask Dan when it comes to Lingard.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't like getting players on loan.
Yeah, it's annoying. You know what? Honestly, if we get Donny, it's that's Europa League settings. He doesn't start again. It is mad. He might as well just leave. I thought the road still started yesterday.
What you mean? If you get Conor, did you say if you get Conor Gallagher, like he's not going to start?
No, Donny van der Beek. He hasn't started again.
Oh yeah. You guys are linked with him, yeah.
Oh no, we're not. But if we can nick that, I'll be bare happy.
Well, I've seen he's been linked with everyone going. I did see something like he got linked with I don't think we've been linked with him though.
I think Everton, probably abroad. I just don't understand how he's not starting games ahead of McTominay.
I know. Like even that's what I'm saying. Different new manager, still not getting picked. Interesting. I think then Man United fans need to write some apology letters to Ollie.
100%. This is a difficult question. I'm sorry, Dan. We're kind of rambling on about Palace here, but how much would we need to pay? See, now with Connor, I'll be happy if we can get him for 50. But if it's a case where that's the only signing we make, then I'd rather strengthen in other areas first. And honestly, I do want Conor Gallagher to sign permanently for us, but we've got to box clever with our finances. I wouldn't say we're like balling, absolute balling. You know what I mean?
You know what I would say to that personally? Get him on loan again.
Yeah, I think a second loan will be wicked. Vibes. Big up Rich getting Stone Cold on the channel.
Come Stone Cold.
All right, let's get into it. I want first things first. Your thoughts on obviously that 2-2 draw down at the London Stadium.
Yeah,
I don't think we've spoken since.
Yeah, I mean it was a typical West Ham Palace game. One of them ones where so frustrated that game really was. But yeah, Conor Gallagher, you were just speaking about him. He was on another level that day. Like he was on one and causing us all sorts of problems. And was in a good run of form at the time. Even after that, we're still looking to chase them that top 4, top 6 area. And you come and once again, just come and put a spanner in the works. So yeah, I was very frustrated. Like it's weird. Like we have these games against you guys where either like you come or like we play you and you're really tough to beat. Like you really give us a good game and like you're banging in goals against us. We have to work our asses off to beat you. And then there's other games where we just like, just wipe the floor with you. It's really weird. Yeah. Like you never know what Palace you're gonna get when we play them.
That sums us up.
Yeah, like I've seen the games, you know, obviously where we've won like 3-0 and stuff like that, and you know we had the Andy Carroll worldie, you know, he scored the scissor kick, the overhead volley scissor kick thing. Yeah, I was saying this to another Palace fan. It's like Palace get the best goals scored against them. Like,
Yeah, please don't
honestly,
remind us.
you get some of the best goals scored against you. Honestly, we had the Payet free kick. We had the Andy Carroll scissor kick. I think you've had like 2 scorpion kicks scored against you. So, but yeah, no, I am nervous for this game for real.
David Moyes. No, this is obviously his second stint at the club. What do you think he's done better this time around compared to his first?
I think now he's had time to really implement a plan and implement a style of play and a system. Like, whereas before his first time around, it was just survival mode. It was like, do you know what? I'm gonna play survival football. So we got Stoke at home and we're playing like defensively against Stoke, who were like the worst team at the time. That's why I didn't want him to stay. Yeah. That game, I was like, nah, I do not want to sit through this season after season. But I think his mentality was keep the club in the Premier League, then build. Obviously, he didn't get to build. And now he's come back and they've said, okay, you're the man. Focused on keeping us up again. And then said, right, he's like, I'm going to take control of transfers. And now he's in control of transfers. We've got no more David Sullivan signings. He's able to get players that actually fit a style of play, fit a system now. And pretty much all of our signings have been successful. You know, some of the newer signings, they're still taking a bit of time. The Kraus, the Vlasic's and things like that. But it's a hard team to break into. But I can't say that they've been flops. And I think Vlasic is looking like he's coming good. So, yeah, I think that's what it is. He's really built something. We've found, because before it was just like a scattergun approach. Like, let's get Haller because look at his goals record. Let's forget about if he fits how we want to play or whatever. Let's just get Haller in. Let's get this player in because look at his goals. But you know, Hernandez and yeah. So now we've got an actual plan.
Absolutely. And just to answer your question, RJ, Mitchell's definitely got a higher ceiling. You know, as much as we love Aaron Wan-Bissaka, yeah, I think Mitchell's ceiling's higher.
It's not worked out. It's not seems to be working out too well for Wan-Bissaka at Man United.
It really isn't. I won't be surprised if he comes back home.
Sometimes these players, they take that leap too soon and it blows up in their faces. You know, sometimes you're better off just keeping developing. I think you would be much better staying at Palace for now, at least.
Yeah, absolutely. We're definitely going to get into this, Tariq, the combined 11. This one will be interesting.
Oh,
very interesting.
Be very interested.
Yeah. Obviously, you're in the Europa League, but you're also fighting for fourth. As a West Ham fan, which one takes priority? Or which one do you want? Making the Champions League or winning the Europa League?
Well, if we win the Europa League, we get into the Champions League anyway.
That's a good point. Very good.
So, yeah, like that has to take priority. I know what you mean. Like anything, like for me, a trophy, even if Europa League didn't get you Champions League, I'd still have said Europa League because I'm desperate to see my team win a trophy. Like that's everything. I just love to see it. It would just be, it'd be everything to me. So regardless, that Europa League has to take priority. But like I said, like look, if we can finish in around like 5th or 6th, I'm happy. Like I want consistency. At least give me Grant.
Listen, the Eagle-eyed family, yeah. When it comes to finding lookalikes, when it comes to lookalikes, they're relentless. Like it's come to the point where like sometimes I even have to be mindful of exactly what I wear because they are just like that.
The thing is, though, I feel like the Phil Mitchell ones are like lazy one. That just gets attributed to every bald white guy ever, like Phil Mitchell. That's just the knee jerk, isn't it? Right. Think, what's the first bald white guy to think of? Phil Mitchell. But yeah, we'll see how many we can get through. We've had Stone Cold, we've had Phil Mitchell. Let's see what any others we can
don't get them started. They won't start. Santiago says, "Hey, ever notice players come to United and it's just a ticking time bomb until they suddenly turn to some shambolic shadow of their former self?" Yeah, your coaching is terrible then. If this is an ongoing feature, something's up.
This is why I was like, the idea of Rice going to Man United, I think that their club is just the way they're run. Yeah, I think it's a disaster for any young players to try and go there. And like I said, they haven't seemed to have a plan. They're just signing all of these players and no real vision. But yeah, it's a shame because Wan-Bissaka was really doing good things. And imagine if you had that inform Wan-Bissaka now at your club, along with these other players that you've got. So yeah, it's a shame. Stephen Highland.
I told you, Rush ain't gonna stop now until he finds the right one.
Find it perfect lookalike.
What was I gonna say next? What's your thoughts on Patrick Vieira so far?
Yeah, I've been really impressed by Vieira. Like, honestly, the expectations for this season weren't high. I'm not saying that I didn't think he'd ever be successful, but I think it was a big job he had on his hands coming in after sort of Roy Hodgson. I think Roy Hodgson can't say that he did a bad job at Palace, but it was just that time, wasn't it? Like, it was just time to move on from him. And then to come in and try and build something new, I was thinking, okay, like, look, if he focuses on just staying up this season, stabilize the club, then build on it, and then try and do something in the long term. And I think he's exceeded the expectations with how quick he's been able to transform the team. Got some good signings in, got you playing some good football. There's times where you guys have been really unlucky, in some of your results, the Arsenal's, the Brightons, things like that. There's them little fine margins. Even when you've dropped points, it's been harsh. There's only certain games, like I said, where you've been battered, like the Tottenham game here and there. But I think you've been a much more enjoyable team to watch. So yeah, I think full credit to Patrick Vieira. I'm very interested to see how we can build on it, and they need to give him some money.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And just obviously you wasn't aware, but we don't allow any swearing on this channel. You said the B word. We don't refer to that team on there.
The other bird team.
We call them seaweeds.
Seaweeds.
Yeah. And such.
That game was mad though. That was bad.
What was I say? Listen, if Mateta scores again, like, we'll definitely be happy, but your defending must be calamitous if he's the bag.
Well, it's not been great. Our defending, I have to say, lately, it's not been great. So it wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't surprise me if he did end up scoring.
Sure. Big up to Maisie. Is Antonio back?
Yeah, he's back. He played.
One thing I was hoping he was.
Yeah. He played really well against Watford. Trying to remember if he got on the score sheet. I know he's trying to remember if he scored. We had 4 goals, and now I'm trying to remember all the goals. It's been like whirlwind, but he has come back to start scoring again, which is good because he had a bit of a goal drought. So yeah, I think he's looking hungry. He played very well against Watford. So yeah, I think we're going to see him causing all sorts of problems. And he's learned his lesson from Palace away a few years ago, keeping the ball into the corner flag. That still haunts me. That really does.
Well, hopefully we can get another IU masterclass in the 93rd minute. Yeah,
geez, like that's it. Like IU, he's one of them, innit? Like he'll just pop up with a goal against us, and then he will go missing for like the next few months.
To be fair to him, he's had a very good month, actually. He's only scored once, but performances-wise, he's been one of our better players. Are you down at the game tomorrow?
Is it tomorrow?
Sorry, Saturday. What am I thinking?
New Year's. No, we got because we share the tickets within the channel, so the other two have got the tickets. So I might be doing a watch along, which I do like. Palace is actually one of my favourite away days. I just like it as a proper stadium, like the DJ in the concourse thing going on, and it just a restricted view though. I just think that's the only part I don't like.
There's the road behind it. It's going to require some crazy like resident sort of permits and stuff, and that's the only reason why that stand hasn't done any work on it, which is a shame. But hopefully in the future we'll be able to get that sorted. Louis says here, if JP scores,
he did score again.
Antonio did score. Yeah, JP scores again. Fan base will start going crazy and say things like "start him every game," which that doesn't need to do. We does not need to do that. Brush just going ham on the insults.
Water White, that's not a bad one. I'll take that.
He goes, this is how we show love over here.
Listen, I'm used to it on my channel, so it's all good.
Someone has to fill in for Bradley. Bradley's normally one. Yeah, I don't know where Brad is at the moment, but Bradley's normally one that's looking for those lookalikes at non-stop. Big up now, thanks for tuning in. You know what? JC, how long before you're ready? Do me a favor, JC. Just could you share screen the combined the create formation website? We're gonna do a combined 11. It's
interesting. It's been probably about 3 years was the last time I did a combined 11 with Palace on the channel. We had Rob from channel PlayStation Access. It was the PlayStation channel, but he's a Palace fan, so
yeah,
I had him and we did a combined 11. And everyone said, all the West Ham fans said I was too nice, I was too generous. So we'll see how it goes today.
When you go to your home games, do you take binoculars?
I'm really close to the pitch, I'm actually got one of the closest areas to the pitch. Like I'm 6 seats from the front by the corner flag. So where the seats bend, I'm like really close to the pitch. I've got an amazing view, actually.
Okay, that's good. Because from what I know, it's very far.
Yeah, like we don't want the home for the away fans enjoying themselves too much, especially since we can't even see half the pitch at your ground.
Behave. Will JP play if Sar's back? Nah, I don't. I think JP goes straight to the bench. That's what I'm expecting, to be honest. Michael, I believe all players will leave on the 3rd of Jan. For the AFCON, so but don't quote me on that. I'll double check that. And Bowen's doing bits right now. Are you concerned by the reliance on Antonio up top? And would you like a backup striker to arrive in January?
Yeah, backup striker is a must. We should have got another striker in August. Like we were actually linked with Edouard. We was heavily linked to him, and then we played Celtic in the preseason, and he had like a terrible performance against us, and we were just like, nah, let's forget him. Even though it's preseason, you kind of can't judge a player by preseason. He went to Palace and he's looked good, and I think if we would have had him, he would have played quite a lot of games this season and really pushed Antonio. And Antonio obviously is traditionally a winger, so there's opportunities to combine another striker and push Antonio out to the right. There's also, it gives us so much more options. Now it's going to be a big job finding that striker in January, but we'll see what the Kretinsky money is saying.
Cool. All right. Just a few more comments. Is Patrick Vieira back? I believe he should have served his. I'm hoping so. Yeah, he should be.
Yeah, he had COVID, didn't he, or something?
Yeah, and they've changed it to 7 days, I believe.
Right.
So he should be back. And Michael Reeves with Antonio's injury record, they need 100%. Right.
Which he hasn't been injured at all this season. He only missed one game because his wife had COVID, so which is remarkable. But he changed his diet and everything, and it's worked.
He has been on form, and fair play to him. He got his call up for Jamaica as well. So
yeah, that's a lovely goal for Jamaica as well.
Great goal.
Yeah, he's the first goal he's ever scored outside the box, I think it was. I see him hit them into Rosetta like almost every week. Every time he takes, I'm like, no, don't shoot. And then it goes bang, like literally out the stadium. But he did it there.
Fair enough.
Hopefully he does it against Palace. We'll see.
What, into Rosette? Absolutely.
Do you even have a Rosette? Does it go up to Rosette?
No, we do numbers.
Right. So, Dan, you're going to choose the 11, and then we'll just come in and say if we have any difference of opinion.
Okay.
What formation are you going for?
Let's see. It's an interesting one. Do you know what? I think we should stick with this formation just because, yeah, with the midfield. I mean, I'd maybe put. Well, we'll go through it, and then if we need to. Can you adjust it, like to make, say, one of the midfielders could be a little bit more forward, or basically like that? Yeah, you could. Yeah, I think you could. You could probably do that.
2 DMs or there you go. One attacking.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Okay, so goalkeepers.
You have the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
We just give away the goalkeeper every time.
It's funny. Fabianski is our start. I love Areola, but Fabianski is our first choice. But
would you rather Fabianski or Areola?
I would say go Fabianski for now, just because he is our first choice. But I think I'd love us to sign Areola on a permanent. I think he's the future.
Santiago's chiming in now. Didn't expect to log on to the channel and see Jordan interviewing Eddie Murphy and Bill Burr.
Okay, so you've been brought into the lookalikes.
Yeah, well, I mean, like initially it was Eddie Murphy. I am now actually officially Lionel Richie. That's kind of like the stuck. Yeah,
Lionel Richie. Brad,
if you've seen the photoshops, you'll understand.
So are we including injured players, or how are we doing this?
Good question. Let's try and create the best available 11 that we can. So let's disregard form, injuries and stuff. Let's try and
Okay, so
I think you might have right back as well.
Yeah, I think right back. Got Sufal. Who's your right back again?
Joe Ward.
Yeah, I'm have to go Sufal.
Put him in.
How spell Coufal?
So Sufal. Coufal.
And that Vladimir. Left back.
Left back. Well, we've got Masuaku or Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson's traditionally a right back. Masuaku is a left back who's not a left back. He's not good there. He can't defend. He's great going forward. He just can't defend. So I couldn't, but in all good conscience, put him there. I can make a case for Ben Johnson. Who's your left back again?
Mitchell.
Tyreek Mitchell's going in.
Yeah, do you know what? I can go with that just because, like I said, I mean, Ben Johnson will be playing left back for us, but he's a right back. Now, this is a difficult one. So we've obviously got Diop and Dawson as our only available centre backs.
Really?
Yeah. Zuma is injured and Ogbonna's injured.
Oh, that's good.
That is good news.
Yeah, Zuma's out, I think, until February, and Ogbonna's out probably for like a year or something. So let's look at this, right? Your two centre backs are, I know Tompkins isn't starting. I love Tompkins, obviously. I'd want to put in there just for the West Ham connection. But I'm trying to remember the name of your better centre back. You've actually got one of your centre backs really good for you guys.
Anderson or Gay, which one?
I mean,
or both.
Do you know? I kind of feel like I have to make a, even though Dawson, I can't feel like I have to at least get a centre back, and I think Dawson overall has been good. Yeah. It's just certain times he's
prone. Don't forget, we're disregarding injuries and stuff. We're looking just for the best.
Oh, with this. Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. I listen. Zuma and Ogbonna, I think, like they're on another level. They've been brilliant. That makes my life a lot easier. So Creswell though, I'll give you a Mitchell, but I'm just going to say
that's a shout actually.
Creswell he's been excellent. He's a huge miss for us. Like really is a huge miss. That
when Henderson starts for Burnley, interesting. Who would you say is the team you hate the most? Is it Chelsea?
No, it's going to be Millwall or Tottenham. It'll be Millwall, but we don't get to play in Millwall ever, really. So then it's sort of like Tottenham.
Who's your midfield three?
Right, midfield. I'm gonna put for you guys. I've got to put Gallagher in I suppose in the cam position. Is that right?
Oh, in the attacking midfielder.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then obviously we've got Souček and Declan. Declan Rice is in this like without a doubt, 100%. Declan Rice has to be here. And then I would say Souček. Who's your other midfielder?
Kiyate.
Yeah, Kiyate. See, we had Kiyate. Are we on this connection thing again? We had Kiyate. And I love Kiyate. I absolutely love Kiyate. I really do. But I can't. I feel like we've upgraded on Kiyate with Souček.
Can I chuck in the case?
Yeah, all right.
If you were to put Declan Rice as the lone DM,
yeah.
How about having Gallagher and Eze?
Okay. Yeah. If we were going like that, okay, and you're having Eze in the midfield, I could go with that. Yeah, I think there's still more we have to see from Eze because he's been injured.
Yeah.
I'll maybe join on my phone. Because he's been injured, I'm really interested to see him under Vieira. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing how he does there. Right, let's see if I can get this phone balanced, and then I can join on that.
Rush is off to go and actually watch United Burnley. Good luck.
Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you put yourself through that? Right. I'm just going to enter on this and leave on that. Right. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Whoa.
There you go.
Oops, sorry.
There we go. Right. Okay. So
are we keeping Souček and Rice, or are we going Eze and Gallagher?
Yeah, look, I'm happy to go and have Eze. I think, like I said, Eze showed a lot of promise towards the end of the season. So yeah, I think that I'll be happy to stick in Eze in there. That's a very good attack. Right wing, I've got to put Bowen in. I've got to put Bowen in on the right.
Actually, he's been really good.
Yeah, like he's been our most consistent player. Like he's been in great form.
Shout out to when we nearly signed him for $6 million, and then West Ham came along.
Jeez. Then we had an incredible Crystal Palace fan base at the ground. Do you know what I don't like? I must say this, and it's not going to be popular on the Palace channel. The drum. I don't like the drum. I really, really don't like the drum. It's that part of sort of the European sort of fan culture that I dislike, that seems like it's not organic. And I went to Zagreb and we've had like European teams, and like you have the guy on the drum who's not even watching the game and all of this stuff, Then it's sort of agreed to add Matata in there. But yeah, the drum has to go. I remember I think you guys brought a drum to our ground once, I think.
I'm not surprised if we did. It was definitely there on Tuesday.
The Palace Ultras, as they call it.
The Norwich fans started using it.
But yeah. Wait a minute. Wait, hold up. What were you? So you have slid in. Oh, listen. Yeah, I know you guys are going to put Zaha on the left.
What's your call?
That's okay. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, we rotate. Like, I think Ben Rama's been excellent this season. Like, he's been very, very good. But we do a lot of rotation in that area between him, Fornals, Lanzini. In fact, I wouldn't mind seeing Lanzini play this game because he's got a very good record against Palace. But yeah, I'll be happy to say Zaha on the left and then Antonio up front.
You know, that front three is fire, you know.
That would be, that would be something to see.
Extremity says, "Come on, Dan, you have the famous bubbles. What's wrong with the drums?"
Listen, that's a song. Like that's like, oh, you'll never walk alone, and we sing it organically. Like we don't go right. Let's who knows the song? Let's get the drum going, and someone get a guitar out, and someone get the flute. Like. Where's the most controversial player? Some of our fans just annoy me. Like we always have to have a player that we just pick on, and we get on their backs. And it's Ben Rama, and now Vlasic who's come in. Everyone's on his case if he doesn't have like a 10 out of 10 game. It's ridiculous. I don't know if Palace have that with players, but yeah, we always seem to have these players that we just get onto unnecessarily.
Yeah, I agree. The team's wicked. I would make one change, personally,
Okay.
and that will be Ogbonna for Anderson, because where Zuma's got the pace there, Anderson's got the ball playing ability. That's the only, just to kind of have a bit of balance.
Is he left-footed?
No, none of our defenders are, but no, when he can pick out a pass though. Anderson
that's definitely what Dawson can't do. That's what Dawson can't do. But yeah, I mean, you could do that.
You could make a case for Cresswell as well, because when he played well, he's really
I agree.
good.
That's true.
Cresswell has been unbelievable. I use your scapegoat. Yeah, we had his brother Andre Ayew, and everyone was on his case, despite him being our top goal scorer when we sold him. It's one of them ones. But yeah, no, Cresswell, I think definitely he's very underrated. I think he's definitely probably one of the most underrated left backs in the league, if not players. He doesn't get the due, and we're finding out now how much we miss him. You know, since the Man City game where he got injured, and he could definitely be in there.
As Dan has been on the famous Don Robbie channel, will the Eagle-eyed football guys be on there at some point? Hey, listen, if we get our names out there and we get the opportunity to be invited, I'm sure one of us will love to represent.
Yeah, I think that he wants to have a fan for each game that's televised. So, you know what I mean? Like, there's always a way where you could just drop him a message and go, look, if you need anyone for any Alice watch-alongs, I'm there. Like, you know,
we'll have to do that.
Yeah, I think they just do it for the televised games, so 3 o'clock kickoffs and that they don't do them. So no, it'd be good to see you on there.
The opportunity would be amazing.
Yeah.
Gay over Bonner.
Which is interesting because you said Anderson, so there's obviously some.
It's weird because I don't know who's the better of the two personally, but I was just looking. If it's next to Kurt Zouma, I don't think Gay is the better fit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because they'll be centre backs that almost mirror each other, basically. So,
but like where Gay has got the recovery pace, Anderson's got the ball
playing ability.
So, like, if I was to say who's the better of the two, I couldn't tell you. Like, they're both good in their own way. And so,
however, they're not as good if they're not together.
Yeah. Oh, when they're on their own, they're terrible.
Yeah. When Anderson's on his own, he's whacked.
That's interesting. So you can't. It's really. Can you split them up? Like, you know. That's the question.
I guess it's because it's Tompkins that comes in next to them.
Yeah, Tompkins.
I think if Anderson's missing and Gay plays, it's a lot better than if Gay's missing. If you put it that way around.
Yeah, that's a good point. What's your favorite beer?
I like an Amstel.
either Amstel or Carlsberg is what I'll be ordering. If they ain't got Amstel, I have Carlsberg. And everyone hates Carlsberg, but I like it. But Amstel,
Rich knows I hate Carlsberg.
yeah.
I had it at the ground the other day, and Rich asked me, "Is it nice?" I said, "Nah, mate, shit."
To be fair, any beer's shit when you're drinking out of a plastic cup. Like we have Heineken at our ground, and like everything just tastes better.
Do you have them really massive shit sausages elsewhere in your ground, or is it just in the away end?
I don't buy them, but I assume so. They are everywhere. I can't imagine us just doing food just for the away end. But yeah, I'd imagine so.
Absolutely. Pretty much one of the last features, or two features before we wrap up. So we do a predictions. So we predict the scores for each of the fixtures that are coming up, and it leads to a little table. So this was after game week 19. Now, obviously, bear in mind there are some teams that have postponements and stuff. So there will come a point where there's going to be a week where there's multiple games, like multiple teams and such. So orange, if you get the correct result in the sense of you say who's won, who's lost, and who's drawn, basically. Green, if you get the exact score correct, so you get 1 point for an orange, 2 for green. So fair play to Jordy, got 5 points this week. Myself and Nate got 3, and our guest, who was James, Spurs fan, he got 4, which brings us to the total. Now, bear in mind, Jordan started 3 weeks late. He's literally on our tails now.
Yeah, I bet you should, Rich.
You know, so at the moment, myself and Nate are joint top. Now, Nate obviously will send us through his predictions. He's not here today and such. And obviously, you're going to represent the guests. So, George, what I'm going to have you do is man the comments.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the PowerPoint up and just start typing up the scores. And Dan, we're going to have you go first this week. So, Arsenal City.
Yeah, I'm going to say 3-1 Man City. I'm going to say 3-1 to Man City, yeah.
2-0 City.
Well, after City conceded 3 against Leicester, I'm sure Arsenal get 1. See, 3-1's a very, I'm going to go 3-1 as well. I didn't want to copy, but that just sounds realistic and such. Right. Next game, same order. Leicester Norwich.
Leicester Norwich. I'm going to say Leicester win that one to 3-0. 3-0 Leicester.
I was hoping you said 2 because I was going to say 3. You're 9.
Yeah, I'm going 3-0 Leicester again.
All right, cool. Then we can all have 3-0 for this one. No, you know what? I've got to be ballsy. I'm going to go 4.
Ooh.
Go 4-0. Watford Tottenham.
Watford Tottenham, eh? Obviously, we just beat Watford 4-1. I'd love Watford to beat them. I would absolutely love it. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say, 2-2. I'm gonna say 2-2. I'm putting it out there. I'm putting that into the
George.
I'm saying 3-1 Tottenham.
I don't see Watford's. Oh, would Dennis be playing actually?
Yeah, they go on the 3rd.
Scored against us, a banger actually.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Tottenham. The big one, Palace West Ham.
There's a big part of me that can see a draw. I can feel it. I can just feel that draw. But I'm gonna go with my heart, and I'm gonna say 3-1 West Ham. I'm putting that energy out there. I definitely think you. Do you know what? Actually, I'm going to say 3-2 West Ham. I do think, there'll be goals in it, to be fair. I'll say 3-2.
So I'm not sure because I see a draw coming as well, but I want to back my team. However, most times I predict us to lose, we actually win. So do I try and take predict the L, but then actually win? Because an actual win will make me more happy than winning this. I'll say 2-1 Palace.
Interesting.
Got to back the Palace.
I'm definitely going to back up Moyes. And it's Saha versus Kufar. That's going to be such a battle.
I think Kufar will put Zaha in his pocket.
He did it to Grealish last season.
And it depends on which Saha we have. Because if it's the one that gets rattled so easy, then we're in trouble.
I think Zaha's going to play like he can't be bothered.
I'll go 2-1 Palace as well. Yeah. Brentford Villa.
I feel like that one. I feel like that's going to be a 1-1. I'm feeling a 1-1 draw on that. I can sense it.
Good.
Well, has Brentford won recently?
Their record ain't great at the moment.
I'm sure they've picked up a win
And
recently.
has Gerrard's manager bounce faded off yet?
I think so. I think they've had some. Not here and there, they've picked up a loss. I think you can say it's Brentford. They lost what? They only lost 1-0 to Man City.
I'll go 1-0.
Yeah.
I've gone a 2-1 Villa. Right. Everton versus the Seaweeds.
I'm gonna say I'm feeling like, and you're not gonna like this, but I feel like Everton are gonna lose to that team that shall not be named by 2-1. Probably another late goal by Mopé or one of them. Other they like their late goals. I think Everton will probably lose this one.
George?
I'm saying it's going to be Stupidness FC. It's going to be 2-2, and them boy they're going to get another 90 plus 7 goal just because they think a draw is a win. Do you see how they keep celebrating all their wins, but they ain't going up the table that far? Nah, man.
Such a shameless club.
Yeah, and they were saying they were praising their they were praising up the Zuma like mad, and I was thinking this guy hasn't even proven his innocence yet, and he's playing football.
It's mad, isn't it?
That you know what that team I have to say actually, I'm getting like to hate them like Palace hate them because we haven't beat them since they got promoted, and I'm really sick of it. I'm sick to death of it. So I'm kind of feeling like how you guys are feeling about. I'm coming round to that.
I just hate how the all pundits in the world or that do the Premier League just seems to have a wank about them and say, oh yeah, they're getting European football, they play brilliant football. You go, fuck off, man.
Jules, I don't even want to talk about them. What's your score prediction so we can move on?
I told you already. It's going
I
to be
didn't hear
2-2.
it. Oh, right, sorry.
I said that right at the start.
I switched off. 2-0 Everton. Yeah, I hate him. Leeds Burnley.
Oh, man. Leeds need to win. They desperately need to win. I'm not sure what condition their squad is in at the moment. They did get that game postponed and this, that, and the other, but I'm feeling like this is going to be. I think Leeds could get something. I could think they could get a 1-0. I feel like Leeds could maybe get a little 1-0 against Burnley here and give them a little bit of positivity.
George?
I think Burnley win 2-0.
Cornet's back, so that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go 1-1.
Interesting.
So someone's at least getting an orange here.
You know what? I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if you were right, Rich, because they've had one loss in their last 5, Burnley, and the rest have been draws. So
Yeah.
Leeds lost their last 3. Yeah, it could happen. I could say.
Southampton, Newcastle. Now this game is huge, and they've got now Joe Linton playing as a box-to-box midfielder, and that.
I'm gonna say 2-1 Southampton. St. Maxim went off injured. I think Wilson's injured. So
yeah, they're both out, aren't they?
Yeah. So
yeah, they're done for.
Do you know what? I could see. I want to say 2-1. I'm gonna give them something. I said if Joe Linton can still play how he played the other day, and yeah, they've still got a little something there, but yeah, 2-1. I don't think they're gonna win this game.
George?
Southampton are going to do what they do best. They're going to make a meal out of it. It's going to be a 1-0 Southampton.
I'm going to 2-0 Southampton. Now that I've just heard that ASM is out as well, yeah. They're done for. Chelsea, Liverpool.
Both teams kind of dropping out the title race, conceding up to Man City. This could be a chance for one of them to try and stay in it. And at the moment, I can only see that being Liverpool. Chelsea have not been good at all lately. So I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think it'll be like a 2-1 Liverpool. I think it'll be fairly tight.
With Lukaku wanting to go back to Inter already, I'm saying that Liverpool are going to run away with it. I think they'll be 3-1 Liverpool.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. 3-1 Liverpool. I think also if this is the last game that Salah and Mane play before they go off, they want to go off on a bang, to be honest. And lastly, Man United Wolves.
The way things are going, do you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say 1-1. I'm going to say 1-1. Man United. I was leaning towards a Wolves win. Man United look worse under Rangnick than they did under Oli. Like they're a shambles. But yeah, I think they'll get a win. They'll get drawn.
Speaking of that, you never guess who's just scored? Scott McTominay.
Oh, Scott McSauce.
McTominay has scored 1-0 United.
Wow. Let's see if it stays like that.
That's a good question. George?
If someone the other day didn't tell me that Ralph's at the wheel, I would have still told you that Wally's at the wheel. But I'm going to go 1-0 United.
Have Wolves played many games lately? They've had lots of postponements because of other teams, aren't they?
Wolves. Well, no, they've only got one game in hand on. They played the same amount of games as Man United, so
it's weird because they've gone quiet.
Yeah, I mean they were doing quite well, but they had a game against Arsenal postponed, and then Watford on the 26th. So they got the draw against Chelsea on the 19th of December. They beat whatever you called Brighton on the 15th.
He said it.
I couldn't remember the name you gave us. So I was like, so they've been doing all right. They've lost marginally to teams like Man City and Liverpool, held Chelsea. Yeah, so
I'm going for an away win. 2-1. 2-1 Wolves.
I can see it. I can see that.
And again,
There's not a lot of goals in there, but they don't concede a lot.
They don't. Right, we've hit the last bit of the show, which we call Eagle of the Week and Nippon of the Week. We'll explain the Nippon. Right, so Eagle of the Week is basically anyone. It doesn't have to be football related, but you want to give a massive shout out to who's done something amazing over the last week.
In terms of yeah, I didn't know this was because I'm going to have to think about it now. But yeah, I suppose for us, I'm going to give it to Nikolai Vlasic for finally getting on the score sheet for West Ham. People will criticise him even though he's shown promise every game that he's played. And he finally comes on and gets his goal and silences a lot of these useless critics. So yeah, Vlasic.
George, who's yours?
It's got to be Yannick for that tweet that he slapped out earlier today, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Someone tweeted out kind of questioning Zaha and stuff like that. Is he a leader? Just another, and he just chucked him in the bin with his reply, just saying, "Well, listen, you've never met him in person. How can you tell him he's not a leader?" And just sat him down. I don't think he's even replied back. Literally sat him down. So yeah, I agree. Yannick Bolasie, Eagle of the Week. So obviously on the flip side of that. Now, the reason why we have that I don't know if you know Nippon.
Mm-hmm.
Dan, do you know Nippon?
No.
Okay, well, he's a Chelsea fan. He has his own show and stuff, and he comes on here as well. But whenever, not whenever. Yeah, actually, even I could say whenever. Whenever he's on a show, his internet is just off. It's really bad. There was one particular one when we were doing the Arsenal match reaction, I believe it was. He came on and he was then answering questions that were asked 5 minutes prior. Because it was just so laggy. And
What's he live in the countryside or something?
No, he was in Gatwick Airport, I think, wasn't he? He was on the underground.
He was on the
underground.
Jeez.
It was hilarious. So this is kind of like the biggest idiot, wasteman, prick, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
I got my one, so I'll go first with this one.
Go on. You go first, right? I think.
So, Nippon of the Week is going to be the new Wasteman of the Week, and it's going to have to be Sean. It's going to be Sean of the Week from now on, okay? and that one's purely in there just for Rich.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Sean's from Jamaica and he's a Palace fan. And lately he's been trying to send shots like our direction and stuff, like just banter and stuff. And then his internet just dips out as well. So he looks like an absolute tool for it. It's funny though. He's a good lad. I don't know if this counts within the week, but I'm going to go Wolf.
Yeah, I mean it could do because was it in the past 7 days did you play?
Yeah, past 7 days. Yeah, so I'm going Wolf. Hopefully he comes back with a better attitude tomorrow. Tomorrow, Saturday, because when he is on form, he's good, and obviously he's going to have to be on song because Kufau's a good player. Yeah, I actually wouldn't be surprised if Edouard plays on the left.
Really interesting. Why do you think he would do that?
Maybe even chuck Benteke up there to just bully Dawson, maybe. Zaha might get benched.
Hakuna Matata may return.
Get out of there. My gosh. Who's yours, Dan?
Do you know what? I was leaning towards Zaha, but I'm going to give it to Ralph Ragnick. You can't be turning up right where you're the new manager. You have to come in, give a new manager a bounce, turn things around. You're doing the the team's looking the same, if not worse, than before, and your team's putting a performance like that against one of the worst teams in the league, that's embarrassing. You're picking some of the same players that were causing issues before, and he just hasn't really turned things around. So I have to go to Ralph Ragnick.
Cool. All right. Let me just address a few of the comments. So, big up Sonny. Big up Paul. Yeah, we don't care about them. And of all players as well. McTominay. Big up Lucas Life. Arsenal content. And always supporting the channels. You might have to get Nippon of the week for this one here, mate.
Nice. I like it. We need this win. We need this, man. We need it big time.
Yeah.
Keep that. Get some of that momentum back.
100%. All right. Brings us to the end of this preview. All the best Saturday. Hopefully you lose. And I will take a point. I'll take a point, to be honest.
Oh yeah. Any game against West Ham, you take a point.
You've taken plenty off us over the years. Do you know what? Usually, in the grand scheme of things, I'll be like, point against Palace away. It's a tough place for us to go usually, but right now, after the sort of run we've come off of, we need to win this. I want to see 3 points on Saturday. And then you guys can go on a good run after that and just get 3 points.
Fair enough. Where can they find you then?
So West Ham Fan TV for everything. Hopefully, I might be doing a watch along for the game. And at the Lawless on Twitter if you want to follow me personally. But no, thanks for having me, guys. It's enjoyable.
No, thanks for taking the time to come on.
Likewise.
100%. You are Mr. West Ham.
Mr. West Ham. Yeah, next to Noble. Noble is like the top Mr. West Ham.
Fair enough.
But I'll take that as the second Mr. West Ham.
Noble then Dan,
yeah. That's it. I think that's how all the West Ham fan base see it. I'm sure of it.
Awesome. As long as we're on the same track, then that's all good, guys. Crazy. Oh, here he is. Speaking of the devil, he's trying to redeem himself. Look at him. Sean, it's a 3-0 Palace win.
That Norwich 3-0 is getting him excited.
I'm excited.
I'm annoyed that our Norwich game was called off because it's like that would have been a nice opportunity now for us to get a big win, but then we went and got it against Watford. So we got that to save for later. I just hope they don't make any good signings where that they become a problem.
No, 100%. And just a heads up, like we said, we're having our 500 sub stream. It will be a roaster stream. So once we get there, we are now 14 away from 500 subs.
Nice.
And then obviously you get to one day roast me, one day roast Nate, and one day roast Jordan. So 14 more. Get those burner accounts out. But other than that, guys, as always, like, share, subscribe to Eagle Eyed Football. It's been a pleasure. Dan, you're a legend. And we're out.
Pop the bubbles up the Palace.